Hello, and thank you so much for pressing the play button to learn more about the Exceptional Educator Mastermind. I am your mastermind host, Regina Coley, and I just wanted to let you know if you are new to me, a little bit more about me, a little bit more about the mission that I'm on, and why this mastermind is so important to that mission. So, my name is Regina Coley. I'm a proud youth development practitioner. I'm an edupreneur, an educator, doula, speaker, author. I mean, we can go by many, many titles, but that's not what is most important to me. What's most important to me is the mission that I'm on, and I really work with a lot of educators, edupreneurs, parents, and we really work with children to help them pretty much understand what it is that they're doing with their lives. We help them to get focused. We give them guidance, direction, mentorship, and I do all of this through Leading Ladies of Legacy, which is the name of the nonprofit that I founded about 10 years ago now. I also am the host of the Leading Ladies of Legacy Girls Empowerment Conference, which is an annual empowerment conference held in Atlanta every year. But once again, that's not what's important here. What's most important is that I am a blessed wife. I'm a mom of six. I'm a doctoral candidate. Hopefully in 2020 you'll be calling me Dr. Coley. I'm a teacher at my core, no matter what role, title, job description I have. I'm a teacher. I'm a Christian woman, and I'm on my life's mission to teach and inspire. So, how does all of this fit into the mastermind? Well, the mastermind is really the outpouring of just that. It's the outpouring of my education, it's the outpouring of my experiences and expertise, really strategically and intentionally curated so that you can connect, collaborate, learn, and grow. I wanted to make sure that not only as educators and as entrepreneurs, that we have a space that we are being cultivated in, but we have a space where we can collaborate intentionally with other people. I know that there are sometimes we find Facebook groups and other business networking groups where people just kind of spam the group, buy this from me, get this from me. I have a sale coming up this weekend. We have no idea who the person is. We have no idea what mission the person is on or what greater purpose this individual is trying to serve. It just kind of feels like this really spammy, scrummy place that nobody wants to be in. And then you can also look and say to yourself, I'm not in a position to go back to school. I'm not in a position to get another certification. I don't really want to. I really want to be self-taught. I want to get this knowledge. I want to get this skill to be better at what it is that I do professionally. And the only way that you can sometimes do that is to get into a group or a community of people who are all dedicated to the same mission, dedicated to the same purpose, and are working diligently towards that. So the mastermind is really an outpouring of all of those things together, knowing that there are other individuals in this world who want to participate in a space and in a community like that. So I'm going to discuss with you those four things that I just said: that connection, the collaboration, the learning, and the growing. So before we get to that, it's really important for you to understand what your unique gifting is. For me, it just so happens that I have both a talent and a spiritual gifting in teaching and exhortation. It's what I do. So I've learned how to not only utilize those spiritual gifts to serve in the places that God has called me to serve, but I also know that I am an adult who lives here on earth and I have bills that I have to pay. So I had to learn how to monetize that and organize that into a business that is able to support my family. Not only that, what's more important to me is that I'm able to take a portion of the money that I make and give back into the communities that have given to me. So in order to do that, you have to increase your influence, you have to increase your income. And knowing how to do that, knowing how to navigate that space from both of those perspectives is not always readily available either. So I want you to ask yourself now, what is your unique gifting? And how are you taking advantage of that? I always say a gift is not a gift until it's given away. You cannot harbor your gifts for yourself. Your gift was given to you so that you can give it away to somebody else who is in desperate need of what it is that you have, whether that's education, whether that's your expertise, whether that's your comforting voice, whether that's your unique unique skill set, somebody right now has what you need, and they're waiting on you to organize it in such a way where they can connect with you, where they can purchase from you, where they can join something that you have. And if you are not intentionally creating those things, then that person's destiny is not going to be fulfilled because you have yet to activate the gifts that you've been given. So you have to understand there's a very strong sense of responsibility and accountability when we talk about teaching, when we talk about education, because it requires you to be a person of action. So the connection is really, really important. That's the first part of this. You need to connect to your tribe. You need to understand better who it is that you've been called to serve. But not only that, you need people who match your vibe. Like, you need to be around other people. For me, it's not only about people who understand education, because I know that there are tons of groups out there for teachers. You can join the elementary school teacher group. You can join the I Teach High School group. You can join the I Work in the Urban School District groups. I mean, there's tons of groups, but you have to find your unique tribe. And the beautiful thing about the Exceptional Educator Mastermind is we are the exception to the rule. We are people who are not in perfectly categorized spaces where we're teaching. Some of my people are not even in school settings. They are teaching in ministry. They are teaching in their business. They're teaching out in the community. They're teaching at community centers, nursing homes, all of these wonderful places where learning and education can still happen. So when we say classroom, we're not necessarily meaning, are you working at a school and you have a classroom with tons of desks and markers and pens? It's not that. Your tribe is the people that you have been called to serve in the space where you have been called to teach. And then you need other people around you who understand how teaching and learning works and understands that it exceeds the classroom setting. And that is the type of people that we are here to connect with and to vibe from and to get inspiration from and to learn new innovative ideas and ways of doing things that we can take back into our own unique spaces and utilize the skill set that we have. The next purpose of the mastermind is to learn. Obviously, we are teachers. So before we can teach someone, we first must learn. So there's a lot of things that you already know. You may just be in need of a strategy to outpour that information onto somebody else. One of the things I love saying is that what you feed your head is how you go ahead. Everything that you internalize, the books that you read, the podcasts that you listen to, the magazine articles, the subscriptions to scholarly journals that you guys have. I mean, there's so many different ways that we obtain information nowadays, but what you literally are feeding yourself, nourishing your mind, the knowledge that you are gaining, it's really important that you utilize those tools to not only get ahead, to establish yourself as a thought leader, to create a platform where people can find you in this world. Not only that, we're going to take it a step further and create new products and services that are bridging educational gaps, that are just the thing that somebody needs. You are the solution to their struggle. We have to be those types of people. And what does that require of us? It requires consistent and lifelong learning. So we are going to pay very close attention to what it is that you're learning, because our space is not only a space where you're coming to hear my teachings, but I'm also available to show you different things via tutorial and virtual trainings. So you will get a lot of opportunity to learn new information and new skills in the mastermind. It's also a beautiful space for us to collaborate because, again, like I said, you're establishing yourself as a thought leader. You are the authoritative figure in your classroom or in your business or in your ministry, and you may have something very beautiful that you're creating, and you say, hey, in order for this thing to be successful, I understand that no man and no woman is an island unto themselves, and I'm going to need those people who we said, people who match your vibe. You need people who match your vibe to collaborate with you and to work on these projects together, because you are a reflection of the 5 closest people that you keep around you. So your circle is extremely important to your success. So we need people who not only are here to encourage us and say you're doing a wonderful job, but I believe you really need people to collaborate with so that you can take this good thing that you have, they can take this good thing that they have, and you all can make something amazing together. Because if you want to go further, you can go further, faster together. So collaboration is key. And then lastly, we are intentionally focusing on growth. The goal here is that you will never leave like you came. I want you to experience the maturity that exists in your career and your personal development. I want you to experience the changes and the goals that you so desperately desire, but you may not have been able to articulate or achieve yet. You need to be in a space where that's happening. And so we want to grow you. I want to grow you as an educator, as an edupreneur. And I want you to experience the increase that comes from being more intentional about all of those areas of your development, your connections, your knowledge base, your ability to collaborate and step out of your comfort zone and step into something brand new. So what are the benefits of the mastermind? Well, briefly, what we just talked about in those 4 categories is that we have an extreme focus on impact, influence, and income, because we recognize that business owners are not business owners if their business is not making money. But we also realize that you are not teaching if you don't have followers or students whose lives you are impacting. And the only way that you can do that is by establishing your influence, right? So we meet monthly via a virtual webinar to connect, to collaborate, to learn, and to grow. We focus in on those monthly creative projects because what I want to help you do is to build your teaching resources and your toolbox. You have got to have the right tools in your hand to teach. Every good teacher is able to say, here's what my student needs. Let me go grab these materials. Let me go grab these resources. Let me grab these books. But the exceptional educator, because we're not just any old educators, we are exceptional educators, have this call to excellence where we're not only going to regurgitate information that we've been given, we take it a step further and we are creating new information, new resources to fill gaps and to fill needs in the marketplace. How do we do that? We get together, we work on creative projects. We are not left to our own devices. I mean, we're human. You heard me, I'm a mama 6. Stuff happens in our lives where we have the greatest of intentions and we're saying, I really wanted to create something this month, but it just didn't happen. So many different things come up in your life and you need a circle of people who are going to hold you accountable to the things that you say you want to accomplish. We're going to hold you accountable to becoming the person that you say you want to become. When you keep things to yourself and you kind of operate in isolation, you get to say no to you. You get to be the person who says, you know what, I'm not able to do it now. So let me push this back a month or a year or a decade. And you can come back and apologize and apologize to yourself and say, I should have done this sooner. But when you find yourself in this mastermind and in this space, and we say like this month, we're working on workbook creation. If you've said, I'm going to create a workbook for my teenagers that focuses in on vocational training because I really want them to explore different vocations and understand that everybody's not college material. I don't see a lot of resources out there available for this, and I want to create a workbook that works them through the career paths and the career options and some really exciting and thought-provoking questions. I want to create this workbook. Now, we worked on workbook creation for this month. By the end of our month together, you should be at least halfway through or completing projects. That's the purpose of the creative projects. It's not just to get the information and say, I'm going to create this later, which I mean, if you're in that season of life where you're just there to learn, you may not be producing. But my ultimate goal for you is that you take the information that you've been given and actually do something with it. We have to be men and women of action. We have to be quick action takers because, again, your gifting is connected to somebody's destiny and they're waiting on you to take action. So get your hands in there, participate in the hands-on projects. Not only that, I told you that leaders are readers, and to go ahead, you have to grow your head. So we are going to intentionally focus on reading 1 book per month. That's 30 to 31 days. That's more than enough time for you to read. We're going to focus in on a book that is going to help you to engage in leadership skills, success training, and just gaining more knowledge and education. When we do that, you get what's called EduLeader notes. And these are notes that I have prepared for you that are going to help you better understand the book, its key takeaways, and how you can apply the knowledge that we've discussed in these books to yourself, to your business, to your ministry, right? Invaluable information. So that is really cool. Plus, you get access to my bookshelf where I'm sharing all of these amazing, life-changing, transformational books that you really should have on your shelf as well. But just having access to that knowledge and information is going to be amazing, enlightening, I feel, for you, empowering for you, so that you can go out and do what you do best. Another exciting thing I'm so excited about is a benefit for joining the Mastermind is you get one free ticket to the Exceptional Educator Day that is going to be held later this year in Atlanta. You will be responsible for your own travel to Atlanta and your accommodations while you're here, but you do not have to pay for the event. This is going to be something unlike anything you have ever seen in the city of Atlanta. We're going to have educators, exceptional educators from all over the United States joining us for this beautiful day of learning, connectivity, collaboration, and growth. And we're going to do something I don't think has ever been done before. The details are still being put together by myself and my team, but you are in there. You have a seat. You have a spot reserved for you for being a member of the Mastermind. I cannot wait to share the details of this event with you later on this year. It's really going to knock your socks off. So you may be saying, all this sounds really, really good, but I need to know exactly who this is for so that I can confirm this is for me. So this is for newbies, people who are new educators, new edupreneurs who just want to learn more about monetizing your physical or virtual classroom, producing consistent, inspiring content so that you can grow your students. We just talked about that. Being out of just consumption mode and regurgitating information and getting into creation mode, right? So this is for you if you're just getting started. We go at a pace where you're able to keep up, you're able to jump in the conversation and still bring that value that you already have inside of you into this greater conversation and collaboration. This is also for experienced educators and edupreneurs who want real, actionable advice to help you increase your influence and develop a more effective teaching and leading strategy, right? This is also for seasoned educators. Excuse me, I'm getting tongue-tied. This is for seasoned or more advanced educators and edupreneurs who are stuck in a teaching rut. Oh my goodness, raise your hand if you've ever been there before. My goodness, I have been too. You're just paralyzed because you feel like this is not what you signed up for. Education is not what it used to be. I need something different. I need to feel valued. I need to feel loved. I need to feel appreciated in the spaces that I'm in, and I need clarity on what I can do. How can I reach my full potential as a teacher? This mastermind is for you. So there is something in here for everyone who desires to teach and inspire. So I want to kind of show you where we are now. I want to show you what is upcoming so that you can still look at this information and decide if this space is for you. So we're right now in the month of April, and our creative project is Winning Workbooks. Love it. I love a good workbook. I love a good place where I can jot down ideas, something that's going to make me think critically, take me through a process. And that's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to share with you my personal template for creating winning workbooks. I create workbooks for a lot of the young people that are in my programs. I'm also a tutor, so I create workbooks for students that want to extend or enrich their learning, or I may have students who are kind of in remediation and they needed a little extra additional support. If I don't see a resource that really matches that student's needs, or sometimes I tailor things specifically to people, and it allows me to create something unique that I can print out and then sell and share to my clients. So Winning Workbooks is a beautiful place for you to extend learning in your virtual classroom, in your business, in your ministry,